To introduce a new feature of QA presences that has now been added to QAssign and is available on the App Exchange as part of the current release. QA presences allows you to define a presence to fit in with your workflows, and then assigning that presence to a user that will then be controlled by QAssign. You can see here's where we define those presences. There's a new tab called QA Presences where you define those presences. You can see a presence has a name, enabled or not, and an availability. This is the link with the QAssign assignment groups. The presence here will define the availability. The logic within the assignment group is exactly the same. You assign when a user is available or not, and this present status will then dictate if that status represents available or unavailable. You can have any number of these presences, and we'll talk about sync with omnichannel later. Okay, now looking at how it's used within the QAssign. Jump into the QA users tab. I can show how you assign a presence to an individual. There are a number of ways to do it, but this is certainly one way to do it. Here we're seeing the status of this particular user, and now I can specify, rather than just the presence available or not, I get that selection that you saw as the default presences that are available to me now. There's an additional new feature as well. Setting a presence here obviously will dictate whether someone is available or not, but we now have a feature that allows you to revert the presence at a specific time. In the past we did have the ability to revert back to available at a particular time, but now it allows you to specify what status to revert to at that particular time. So in this example, I can set that I'm going to be in a meeting, and I'm going to be in a meeting until 2:39, and when that meeting is finished, or my status will revert back to whatever status I set here. So maybe I'm going to revert back to one shift. Okay, so this allows you to do that timing, whereby someone's status is only temporary, and I'm going to revert them back to a particular status at a later time. Okay, talk about the sync with omnichannel. As you saw in the previous one, presences will be able to be synced with omnichannel. It is a future feature that will allow this to happen. Selecting that will mean I can then sync my status when the omnichannel presence status changes. It will automatically sync with the QAssign presence status. As I mentioned, it is a future release. At the moment, what we're looking for is at least you can align those statuses so they are, if you are using omnichannel presence status, you can at least have the same name across both. The other way that's popular to change user status is through the tab, through the QAssign availability tab. So same thing here. I've got an availability status here, so I can set that availability to whatever I need here. We don't have the ability to revert through the widget, but we do have the availability to change the status there. Okay. As always, if there's any questions, please let us know. And as I said, this is available now in the latest release of QAssign. Thank you.